was the report? What's happened?
Dana's ahead so far.
All of you know.
Dana and Ron and Ira.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, so far.
She's been driving me crazy all day with her nervousness about this. Can you relax now, huh?
It's all up here.
Too bad. Relax a little. I also like to introduce, I have 2 sons of Dana from Santa Monica. Hey, you made it. So, will you guys please stand up? Bob?
Starting with almost everybody, Bill Bramer has 534 votes. Mark Carpenter has 925 votes. Ira Loffer has 1,329 votes. Scott Hines has 1,267 votes. Ron Mipos has 1,989 votes. And I have 2,110 votes.
Wow. So far so good.
So far so good. It's very nice.
We don't know what we don't know how much.
These are we don't know the percentages. These are, by every deduction I could make, these are the absentee ballots. The regular ballots probably won't be counted and back to us for at least another hour, hour and a half.
And you're getting the numbers in from
the Riverside County Registrar of Voters office.
How many of these kinds of evenings have you been through down here?
Actually, only 2.
And what goes through your mind if you could put yourself back in the way you felt at the time with waiting for the votes to come in?
I think, to be totally honest, one starts to wonder, did I do the right things? Did I say the right things? You know, it boils down to sort of, do they really like me?
Many of these parties before?
Been to a couple before. This is the nicest that I've been to, and it's to honor, I hope, 2 good people, and Ron Mipos and Dana Hobart, for another 4 years on the council.
It was updated to 806, and it said 929, but the numbers didn't change yet.
Do you do this each election?
I do, for different candidates.
And is it fun for you in terms of?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy seeing the results come in and the excitement of the crowds when I give them the numbers.
Are you excited?
Well, I'm very excited that Dana and Ron will be reelected, and I know that they'll do as wonderful a job as they've always done for the citizens of Rancho Mirage.
What do you make of when it's a lower turnout? Does that tend to favor the status quo, continue with?
Well, I think it favors Scott Hines.
And it hasn't changed yet. It's still 2 out of 7 precincts, the same numbers.
But there's only like 400 people, isn't there?
Hey buddy, how are you? Good, congratulations. It seems like a pretty big gap, but we'll see. Who knows?
How do you feel at this moment?
Well, I feel somewhat relieved. We have the first results in, which probably represents between 70 and 80% of the total vote. And if I'm correct with that, Dana Hobart and I are close to having locked up the election.
So Lucy, a question is, Ron looks like he's on the road to have be again in office, but how do you feel now that it's over?
It's not over till it's over.
So you're still a little...
I'm still waiting for the results to be in.
There's a problem with the hanging chads.
The hanging chads, no.
Tell me, how many of these campaigns have now you and Dana been through?
This is our 3rd one, and I'm still not used to it. It's arduous.
What's the, I don't want to say the worst part, what's the most arduous part of it? You have to say 1 or 2 things.
The potential of losing is something that hurts personally. And I think that, you know, to see my husband, if he were to not get this job again that he loves and he's put so much into, it would be personally painful. And then we'd get back to being happy as we were before.
So do you ever, I mean, is it not, you don't talk about losing in terms of what are we going to do if we don't get in again?
We talk about what we would do if we didn't get in again, what we would do that would be just as good. We talk about traveling and spending more time with our family, but always hopeful that, it's difficult for anybody. I have to say I have respect for anybody that runs for something. You put yourself out for a lot of rejection and a lot of judgments. And if you can prevail, that's wonderful. And if you can't and you try again later, that's even better.
Well, he's so passionate about what he does.
He is about anything he does.
And you're the main passion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No changes yet. It's still the same count.
I'm waiting for the results. A lot of people have left, but a lot of people are staying here, and I guess they won't leave until they know the results of the election. I'm going to be one of those.
So, how many of these kinds of campaign nights have you been through down here?
Let's say 2000, 2002, 2004, 2006, and 2008.
And you've always been on the winning side?
Have been on the winning side every single time.
So if I ever run for city council, will you be on my team?
No, but I vote for you.
So it's now 11:05, correct?
11:05.
And do you know where your children are? And we're checking on the computer. Michael is getting us to Riverside, the Board of Elections, and here comes what may be or
Hopefully a
maybe
change. No.
No change. It's still hanging there at 9:29.
Michael,
agree.
you can stay as long as you want. Help yourself over at the bar, at the food, at the cake, anything you want. But I'm leaving.
Good night, Ron.
Good night, Joel.
Mr.
Thank you for
Councilman,
everything.
Mr. re-elected councilman.
Not yet.
Update?
It's done.
It's wait, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Okay, what is it? Ira won.
Ira got it.
Ira got it.
Ira got it.
By 10 votes. By 10 votes.
By 10 votes. 10 votes, Ira. Okay.
That's all the precincts, right?
This is it. Final vote.
Is it official? Are these the official
These are
numbers?
official numbers.
These are official votes. They have
Need to be validated.
Okay, starting at the bottom. Gregory, 269. Bramer, 679. Carpenter, 1,177. Hines, 1,651. Loffer, 1,666.
15.
Mepos, 2,552.
Yes.
Hobart, 2,725.
It's the same people. Ron, 3 times in a row. Ron,
You owe me something. I told you Ira's going to win.
I owe everybody because I didn't bet that way. I owe you $3. You owe me $3. It shows that the people. Well, how will you settle for a 20?
I'll settle for 5.
What was the bet?
Pardon?
What was the bet, the wager? Or the...
I bet that he and I would win by a landslide, and that Hines would probably win over Ira.
And I took the bet.
And I gave him the money.
And the money, and I got the money.
The reason you came in lower than Dana is because you were last on the ballot. Your name
That's
was
as good as others.
I
gave you the other 2 reasons.
I like to think that the reason that I get a little bit more votes than he is because there are still a number of people in the city that think Dana is a woman. And I get the female vote.
But they think Ron is better looking.
That's what they don't think. That's a given.
Congratulations to one of those, you old buddy.
Yes.
We fought it out.
Nice going, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Actually, we feel bad, both of us. We got less votes than we got last time.
No, we had a whole lot more voters. Candidates.
I'm not talking to you. You drove me nuts all night.
Mazel tov. Thank you. Just beat him, just keep beating him by just enough to keep him honest. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. She can be calm and she has nothing.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. So happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Let's go home.
Rancho Mirage, 2 of the 3 available city council seats are going back to the incumbents. Dana Hobart led the way with 25.4% of the vote, Ron Mipos just behind him with 23.8%, and Ira Laufer is a new city council member, edging out Scott Hines for the 3rd city council seat.
Scott Hines defeated Ira Laufer by 11 votes in the race for the final seat on the Rancho Mirage City Council. Hines received 1,795 votes, Laufer 1,784. Hines and Laufer competed for the 3rd seat on the council that was on Tuesday's ballot. Incumbents Dana Hobart and Ron Mipos were easily re-elected, with Hobart topping the 7-candidate field with 2,902 votes. Mipos came in with 2,710.
He lost his seat on the Rancho Mirage City Council by just 11 votes. And this morning we've learned that Ira Laufer has requested a hand recount of all those votes. Laufer lost to Scott Hines in the April 13th election. Laufer says he'll pay the $400 to cover the cost of counting all those votes again. Just under 3,600 votes were cast in the April special election.
We asked for the recount. They gave it to us. I found an attorney finally. It wasn't easy. We went in. I think they did an impeccable job. Every vote got counted. We tested the machines. The machines tested fine. We went through a full day of checking here, checking there. The votes are almost exactly the way they came out the first time around. And I saw that there's no reason for a recount. And so at the end of the first day, I congratulated Scott, and we both agreed that Rancho Mirage is worth fighting for, and that was the end of it. You are the sum of your experiences, and someday this will be a very important part of my experiences, I guess, or maybe a minor part, depending on what it really is and what it amounts to. And I don't begrudge anything. I thought it was very interesting. I had a good front row seat. I would have picked a happier ending, but I'm very much at peace with what I did and how we did it. Well, I didn't intend to run this time. I think at a given age you stop running for ego fulfillment. I hope you do anyway. Alan couldn't serve. We have a good city. We looked around. Nobody else was coming forward at the time, and we just said it had to be me, or it could have been any one of 2 or 3 people. It turned out to be me. But we just wanted to keep Rancho Mirage going the way it was going, and we lost. But I would do it again if we felt it needed it. I am very happy with where I am right now. I got over it much quicker than I thought I would. I'm counting up the free hours I now have. If I gave 20, 30 hours a week to the city, I've gained 4,000 to 5,000 hours in the next 4 years. So the important thing is, what am I going to do with those hours? Am I going to make it worthwhile? So that's my challenge.